Brothers Jeff and Clayton have turned Waipu's original post office into an award-winning pizza barn and brewery, one that still pays tribute to Scottish settler Norman McLeod. Hello, Jeff.
Hello, George.
How are you?
Great, welcome.
Excellent, thank you. We are at your brewery.
Yes, indeed.
And pizza barn.
And pizza barn, yeah. 17 years we've been here in Waipu. So this is the old post office, and the brewery is a relatively new thing for us, 5 years old. It's the story of where we live, of Waipu, a Scottish settlement where people travelled from the Highlands to Nova Scotia and then finally to Waipu and settled the area, and following a gent called Norman McLeod. So it's a little bit of a celebration of that history. A coastal kind of beachy place too. So
yeah, there's a bit of an integration.
It's a weird collision of Scottish beach, surf, Kiwi-ness. So yeah, it's quite an unusual one. People, I mean, it's our story, so it hopefully makes sense because it's real. So,
Yeah, it's awesome. So you've only been brewing for 5 years, but you've already cleaned up some awards. Yeah,
we've done pretty well on the awards, so that's always nice. I mean, it's not what we do, what we brew for, but it's always nice to get those things. We're currently Champion International Small Brewery from the AIBA Australian Beer Awards. Our Scotch Ale is currently Australia's best dark beer. Not available in Australia. So yeah, that's still a work in progress. Now that we've increased the size of the brewery, hopefully that'll start to happen this year.
Hope so.
Yeah.
This pizza barn, the decor is amazing.
Brilliant, thank you. Yeah,
so this is your brother.
My brother Clayton. Yeah, he does all the dressing, the aesthetic stuff. He finds all the bits and pieces and makes it hopefully a little bit unique. Yeah, all those things that make Waipu a little bit different hopefully come together here.
Tell me about your beers.
Okay, our beers all brewed on site currently.
You've got a lot of them.
Yeah, there's 14 on tap at the moment. We have a whole barrel-aged range, Belgian, we've got sour beers, we've got a lot of barrel-aged beers that have been in wine barrels. So I guess one of the strings to our bow is our range of beers. So we go from a lager, which won New Zealand's Best Pilsner a couple of years ago, right through to a number of hazy beers at the moment. There's a number of Belgian beers. So we do a really wide range of beers, which is part of the fun. You know, keep challenging ourselves and keep making different styles is really what keeps you excited about brewing. We have 7 core range beers, so there are a number that stick around, but
the rest is seasonal.
Yes.
Tell me about your pizzas.
So the pizzas, we'd call them Kiwi country pizzas. So you've got, for one of them, the smoked venison sausage, Manuka smoked bacon, mushrooms, garlic cloves, capsicum. So they're as far away from an Italian pizza as you can get. We roll the bases fresh every day, as we should, and
you can smell them.
Yeah, you can smell them. I mean, I suppose that's what we became known for, and the entry into beer was more about trying to make more on site. We wanted to really produce something in Waipu that we could hopefully get a little bit further afield. So a lot of people visits Waipu to try our beers, which was always the goal. And we get to go out, even though we're tiny, we get to go out and tell people the story of Waipu and of our beers.
Meet Jason, McLeod's beer maker. After being a chef in the United States, Jason sold everything he had, moved to New Zealand and devoted himself to the art of beer brewing. He took a big plunge, but something tells me it paid off.
Chef for a couple of years and then started homebrewing pretty much the day I landed. Missing the beers from Vermont, which is where I'm originally from. So really trying to emulate some of the beers that I was having there, just to try to recreate that taste and a little bit of home for me. And it's pretty much sent me down a pretty steep career path. About 4 years ago, I ran into the brothers Jeff and Clayton that owned the pizza barn out front. They just set up this little brewery out back. The last 4 years have been some pretty exponential growth for us, and it's been a lot of hard work, really trying to get ourselves to to be able to just meet demand, really. And we also have some pretty solid ethics behind how our beer is handled. We only cold freight all of our beer. It's cold from the minute I put it on chill here until it gets to the customer. I mean, that's really, we're really quite adamant about that.
Is that rare?
It is nowadays, but you're starting to see a few others really starting to jump on that wagon. It's got to be fresh, got to be cold, and bring it as quickly as you can to the customer for high turnover.
Does that preserve the nuances and the flavour of the beer better?
Absolutely. Smuggler's Bay is a little bay off the coast. And back in the early 1800s, was where all the smugglers would essentially go and drop their goods. And it was far enough offshore that no one would find it. But they could basically leave it there, go back, go into town, have a bit of fun, go back, and then grab their goods to be able to sell back to the area. So we've named it after that because what we want is people to smuggle these beers away. They're meant to last for quite a long time. So we've done a whole variety of different barrel-aged beers, some high alcohol beers, imperial stouts, bourbon barreled stouts, some of our core range, and then a whole variety of sours.
It sounds like a lot to sort of keep track of.
Oh, it absolutely is. Yeah, it's mind-boggling.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really get too much free time to do anything else, but I've kind of turned my hobby into a career.
Yeah.
So I mean, that is one of those things that I really do get quite a bit of joy out of this.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's try this one first. This is the Trader Scotch Ale, won the trophy for best dark beer at AIBA this year. So it's a wee heavy style, a Scottish style, but our little twist on this one is in the brew we put horopito, which is a Maori bush pepper. So the whole idea here is trying to bring a sense of place to some of our beers. Obviously the Scottish connection is quite obvious, but we wanted to bring that Māori connection in, which is a little bit northern. So a wee heavy style, 7.2%. For me, it's a late night sipper. Usually I don't drink this one unless the car lights are on, but it's it's a big malt-driven beer. So 7 or 8 different malts in this one. So that horopito brings a little bit of smoke, a little bit of sort of wet campfire, if that makes sense. Scotch ale has no scotch. You know, it's just about the strength, the malts,
and that smoky sort of.
Yeah, the smokiness is the horopito. You know, so that's what it does kind of hark to an Isla malt, but we just wanted to try and add our twist to it and bring that, as I say, bring that sense of place. That's something that's local. We can add and make it ours, which is always, I think, what brewers are trying to do. Is you want to take something and kind of give it your own spin if you can. Yeah.
That's great.
Like that one?
Come on, Australia.
Brilliant.
Get on board.
Okay, so the next one, 802, which is a little nod to Jason's home of Vermont. Hazy.
That's the prefix.
That's the phone prefix for Vermont, so you'll come from the 802. Anyone from that part of the world will know.
Cute.
And you can see that one's cloudier than an English summer day. You know, it's all about a massive trend in beer at the moment is unfiltered fresh. Okay, so this is our 21st rendition of this beer. We change the hops every time. So the aroma on this one is big tropical fruit.
Oh yeah.
It's juicy, soft. So, and this is a huge hit for us. And it's something we literally can't make fast enough. It comes and goes really, really quickly.
It smells peachy.
Very much so. You know, 2 American hops in this one, an Australian hop, Ella, which will bring a little bit of that peach. We use quite a few Australian hops in our beers.
It's not super sweet. It smells deceptively fruity. It's a good time.
Probably my favourite at the moment is our chili pilsner. So Far North chili pilsner, a classic New Zealand pilsner style into which we throw the local chili sauce, Kai Tai Fire. So we brew this one with
the actual sauce?
Yeah, the actual sauce, yep. So we throw it into the boil, and it's kind of a cool beer to brew because it kind of blows up and you get this big capsicum, which you'll probably smell on the nose, kind of roasted capsicum.
Wow.
We built this one as a food beer, so it matches with anything off the grill. Oysters are the best food match on the planet with this beer. But you will take a sip of it, you probably won't get it, and then that heat will just sit on the back of your tongue. You know,
Stay tuned.
Don't be afraid, don't be afraid. So as I say, we didn't want a crazy heat, but we wanted a heat that kind of lingers and something when you're eating, you've still got that taste and that feeling of the beer.
Yep, there it is.
And it will just stick around for ages now. You're welcome, no charge.
That was delicious. I might get myself one of your flagship lagers.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. This is what you're most known for.
It is, yeah. This will be absolutely our flagship when you're in the north in summertime. This would be a go-to, and it's definitely my go-to. It's still my favourite beer after all these years. I always come back to our lager, which is actually a Pilsner style, so quite flavoursome with New Zealand hops. But this one has my heart, definitely.
Delicious. And goes well with a pizza?
Oh, yes. Oh, my goodness.
Well, I might do that.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks, Jeff. I've got myself a herbalist pizza from McLeod's extensive pizza menu, one of their flagship lagers, and I reckon I'm going to set up camp in Waipu for a while. Cheers.